Shut up. Where is... Where is it? Here it is. Perfect. Apologize for the noise. Just, you know, just got my S playing. Okay. There we go. Hi, I'm back. I made this little monster of a man. He's a... well, you'll see. As you may or may not know, when you print, I do trees. I haven't figured out how to do... well, I use Cura, but I haven't figured out how to... maybe it's an add-on to do, like, custom supports, but these work pretty well. But there's supports that go up and hold things. Like if it's printing this way, you can see the tree is underneath there. They're just supports. I'm clipping it off and I'm gonna paint this good boy. Well, let's take this off. I take the brim off, but you gotta be careful. See, now it fucked his whole jaw up, so that's no good. That's all bad. It makes me sad, but we're gonna get this all off of him. Pardon you. Boop. And then, where's this connect? Probably messed his whole teeth up and all of his shit. Ugh. Man, it made him look so dumb. Trying to just take off this brim here, which is, it spreads out. It's so it sticks to the build plate. It does this very thin layer if you're not familiar with 3D printing, but if you are, then don't listen to me. I'm new to 3D printing, so I'm trying to do this without fucking him up, even though his jaw's already messed up. He's missing the bottom of his jaw, which is pretty whack. I don't know why it's doing that. It seems to be having some trouble in certain spots, which is a real bummer. Now, some characters, depending on like some things that I print, if it messes up like that, I'll like, sometimes I can just take a piece of the support and like glue it, and like I made fingers for one of the dudes whose fingers came off. I just clipped little pieces like this and gave him fingers and cut it to what I wanted it to look like. They were very small, so it was like easy and honestly not very noticeable. Yeah, let's... come on. Yeah, I can't believe his jaw came off. There's nothing to save there, jaw-wise. But maybe I could do that in this one if I can get something that... I'm just taking these supports off the bottom of him because he's a little nut. Little knucklehead. God, I hate that. You know, you spend time, you get the thing printed, and then stupid piece of it comes off. I'm still learning, but overall he looks pretty cool. But if I can't get the jaw, honestly, if I can't get the jaw going, I might just paint somebody else. Let's get this stuff off him. Get his little toesies, feetses. Boop. Trim them up. Sometimes I'll also take the Dremel and just like smooth off any rougher edges. Oh, this is tail spot. Can I have this? Can I have it? No? Yes? Maybe? Why the demon? Why not Jesus? So I'm doing like a whole whole like monsters fighting these little guys type of diorama. Jesus, I don't think he exists in the 40K universe. I don't play 40K, but I do like the lore, but he doesn't exist there. Now, the Emperor of All Mankind, now we're talking. And I have printed a version of him actually grabbing one of these demons by the throat. But he's kind of complex. It took a while. I don't like all the angles that his arms are at and stuff, so it's kind of a whole thing. But yeah, see, he doesn't even have a jaw. God bless America. Okay, well, so as you can see, it's bad. His jaw should be coming down to here. Should have little teeth. It's a real problem in my life. But good news is, let me toss him right there. Move this. Wow. Let's do one of these other demons. These are from, not demons, they're ghouls. But I mean, I guess it's some kind of demon. But these are from The Witcher. Somebody uploaded them. There's like 3 kinds. They're nasty little boys. Gross looking. This guy, his face is just a frightening death mask. But let's paint a boy. I don't know what color he should be because, you know, I got these guys here, right? Monsters. Little monster boys. They all seem that they love having stuff coming out of their tum-tums. Or just like this guy's guts are coming out and he's just holding them. He seems pretty chill about it, I guess. You know. I haven't done their eyes yet. I did like the yellow, as you can see, but like no pupil. And it's kind of, I don't know, man. I always get worried about the eyes because I want to put like little lines around them and stuff and then put the pupils in, but I never know too because they're like monsters. So you know what? Instead of doing demons, oh, I do want to show the finish because I did a live earlier. I made this guy. I didn't make him, I painted him. He came out pretty good. I was using some speed paints for the first time today, so, but yeah. I love him. He's a good boy. But yeah, let's try this. We're about a sarcophagus with a deceased soldier in there, right? This will be fun. Now it's already gray for all intents and purposes. It's got little like cracks in it and stuff, like good cracks that are supposed to be there. What color? I'm thinking like it's like a sandstone, maybe. That could be fun. Let's do that. But first, let's get our paints. Alright, we're gonna do this coffin boy. I got some greens on here. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that demon guy. I could check and see if I have another something that could replace his jaw. But what else do I have here? I mean, this, you know, yes, about a demon. I mean, that's a straight up little demon boy, which could be fun. I don't have any red on this, but you know, it doesn't mean nothing. It's like a dog demon. He's got a cool little, anyway. Let's see here. Let's just get into it. I haven't tried this bone speed paint, which might be good for this sarcophagus color, you know? It's a pallid bone. I'm gonna see what they look like. Apparently they got the little like spray paint balls in there. Let's take a look. I have not tried this guy. See, this looks like it's gonna be too too brown. We want a lighter color. This can go over top of that, but we need a lighter color. Maybe start with a white and then move from there. Excuse me. Let's move this. Okay. Let's get some white out here. Now I could cheat, you know. I could cheat and use my white marker. Why don't we just hit it with that and see how it do. See if it likes it. I mean, different PLAs react differently. I see it kind of just soaks in. It's like white out almost. It doesn't really give me a paint, but it could give me a nice base. It lets the crack show. Pun intended. Is there a pun in there? I don't think so. Boop. Just kind of give it a little sweet kiss. Mwah. This is like almost like a primer. I don't think these markers act like primers, but I mean, I don't know what a primer, like I know what a primer is. It's what you put on before you paint, but you can also just put on a layer of paint and that's a primer. I understand the concept or the reason for it. It's so your other paints will stick to that paint or that surface, but you know, we're doing what we're doing. I love paint markers. Like I have a whole color wheel of paint markers. I showed it in my other live earlier today, but it's just like a wheel of colors, and I like to try to do it in the color wheel format. Not exactly like I did when I originally put them in there. I tried to get them as close to like if you were looking at a color wheel as possible, but you know, I digress. Let's see here, just trying to get this paint on here. My dog's sleeping behind me. I have Dread playing in the background just for background noise. If it's too loud, let me know. I have it turned down pretty much all the way. Well, not all the way, but you know what I mean. I can just put on some music if that makes folks happier. Just trying to do like the top surface part. Do some of that. Now I wonder, okay, so if I put this white on here, now if I hit it with that speed paint bone, it might give me that kind of, not sandstone, you know what I mean, like the tannish concrete, or, yeah, I guess, I mean, sandstone makes sense, but it doesn't specifically have to be sandstone. Because, I mean, to be honest, you know, this is already gray. Here, just put a wash on it and call it minced jelly, but I don't want to do that. I like painting, so that's why I'm here on this earth. Sorry, I didn't realize I was like to the side of the camera. That's on me. Boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. See, what's cool is like, then if I paint over it again, it gets more white, you know? Which is cool, but and I don't mind doing it like a little bit like that, so it gives it a little, you know, just some couple of, especially if you do like the raised edges. Gives a little something. I guess I can do the interior. I don't really feel like it though, so I'm not going to. Here we go. All right, let's do this little gentleman. Now, I guess the way to go would just be to paint all of him as well, because he is made out of the same material as the rest of the sarcophagus. So, you might be asking yourself, Logan, why are you doing a sarcophagus? What would this have to do with any diorama or whatever battle you're making? Well, it's a good question. And I don't have an answer. If I were to make one up, I'd say, well, maybe I'll do an under part of the diorama that shows like buried people who are buried there. Like maybe this guy's a buried soldier who was there underneath the battleground, or maybe he's someone that somebody's protecting in the battle. Like his sarcophagus has a reliquary or some shit in it. I don't know, man. There's no way to know. And I know this paint job looks like crazy right now. I'm doing such a bad job, but it's because I'm gonna hit it with the speed paint, so I'm kind of screwing around right now. Beep boop boop beep 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 boop bop beep bop boop 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 beep boop boop. Yeah, pretty good. I'm not gonna do the interior of this ATM because I might throw some like little materials in there for this guy, and I'll paint him in a little bit. Let's see here. Should we try this bone color? It just seems very tan, but we'll see. And if it doesn't end up being very good, then I'll cry or whatever. Let's start with this, see how this goes. This isn't even very white at this point. I did shake this guy up, but let me just verify. There we go. All right, let's see what this looks like. Let's see, it looks like stuff comes out of a grasshopper's mouth. A little chaw or something. Let's see, I'm a little worried this isn't going to be what I want it to be, but I mean, no, it's not really what I want it to be. But let's see. Let's get there. Talk about it later. Do 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 do. You know, if it doesn't work, we'll just paint over it. Gosh darn it. Sometimes it's hard to even tell if something's working or not. Like sometimes you can tell right off the bat if it's like, nah, that's no good. Like right now I'm like, oh, this probably doesn't look good, but it's one of those moments where kind of just let it play out. See if something comes to me. It's not looking terrible. Like it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. It's definitely not the greatest thing I've ever seen either though, so. Boop, boop. Let's get a little more of this guy down here. Bingo, bango. Just gotta do the lid too anyway, so. Get that juice in there. Get in there, juice. Speed painting like a dummy. Still learning. This is the second time I've speed painted anything, and the first came out pretty good, so I'm feeling confident. Probably false confidence, but you know. Sometimes false confidence can lead to real good stuff. Most of the time it doesn't. Just leads to being a dum-dum. Embarrassing yourself in front of millions of people. Obviously not, this stream isn't millions of people, but you know what I mean. Maybe we don't. I don't hate it. It's kinda got that vibe. Let's see how this plays out. See, this is always more fun because there's all these nooks and crannies, and it gives you like a real vibe. Really lets you speed paint the young man, the gentleman. Now, I should have made sure that I got paint inside of underneath his arms and stuff, but this isn't. Wow, that's too much. Put too much on there. Whoops a daisy. But let's go. Let's get there. Probably use a bigger brush too. This one's not really thick enough, as it were. You know what it kind of looks like to me? Almost like a coffee stain. Like if I coffee stain something, which is not terrible. I think if I would have hit it with the real white paint instead of just the paint marker and like been lazy about it, probably would have had a little bit better look. But, you know, we're here, we're doing it. It's done. I mean, yeah. It's kind of, I mean, it is. It is what I need it for. Boop, boop, boop. God, you think this brush with liquid on it would put the liquid in more spots, but it just doesn't. Sometimes it just struggles in that arena. Now, if I just put some of that in there, does that do anything for me? This isn't even primed at all, but it might just be enough to, you know, it's the interior of the sarcophagus, so it doesn't really. Give me the rest of that. Blah, blah, blah. God, you gonna make me drip out a little more of it? You son of a gun. Okay. Just like a little bit. Boop. Just the hair of the dog that bit you. There you go. Just getting a light glaze in there. Pew, 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 pew. That's how we do. All right. That's looking like garbage. Bat, 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 bat. It's not terrible. I don't hate it. It looks okay on the screen. Like, actually a little better on the screen than in real life, but I think I'm growing to like it. Let's wash that off. Okay, let's put him to the side. Just like crack him a little bit. Oh yeah. Now, this is gonna be a little bit different. Let's move this, and then do my anal retentive need, which is I gotta clean stuff off before I move forward. Like clean this nozzle off. Makes me happy. I have so many like little pieces of ripped up paper towel everywhere just from that alone. That goes there. Okay, we do have this white, but I don't think we need that at the moment. What we need is gold and tan and whatever, brown something. Okay. Now I like this antique gold that I have. It's like a cute little. Just put like a little smirking on there, or do. Let's try this chocolate gold, which I absolutely hate. I don't hate it. It's a good color, but it's just not my favorite. Where's my... See, I don't like this. Like the pink, it's all chewy on the inside. You can pretty much pull it out with a thumbtack. Oh, don't. Come on. Boop, boop. Get out of there. Get out of there. There you go. We don't want this brush. We want our small brush. Very small brush. Something like this guy. Alright. Let's just say he's got like this little dude. He's so small. He's just like a little gentleman. But let's see here. Let's get some of this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So he's got his, he still has his armor on. He's got his sword with him. But he's rotted away a bit, so he's gonna look pretty gross. Not pretty gross, because he's small and he's not very detailed. So, but he'll be in there. That was What, brown? Okay. Let's see if I can use my marker for this one, because I don't really care about this gentleman, per se. So we can get his little boots. Should his boots be black? Nah, his boots will be brown. Yeah, this brown isn't the best. It's like a color that I don't really use that often, just because it doesn't, I don't know, it's not that incredible. Let me put some light on the situation. Just trying to get on him. Also, it like doesn't, it fucks up the marker most of the time, and it doesn't really stick to the PLA. It's not my favorite, but perfect time to use it when I don't really care what this guy looks like typically. It's just like, you open the sarcophagus and there's a little dead body in there. Boots. Let's do his gloves the same color because, hey. Hey, here we are. Just give him a little glove magic. Woohoo, buddy. It barely has an arm. Get that in there. See, I love this because, like, you can do stuff like this and it's, like, not that good, but then it's so small and it's, like, laying in there. You do a couple of parts of it with some detail and suddenly it's popping. I'm gonna do this sword handle real quick. Actually, you know what? Before we get the sword done, let's get these pants. Fudge, what should the pants color be? Suggestions? I can do like a different gray, or, you know, like I could do a darker gray pantaloon. That would probably make him pretty happy. You guys probably can't even tell the difference in gray, but I can. It's like so subtly, barely different. That's okay. It looks different because you've painted it, so it ends up, you know, looking different to at least you. That's all that matters, right? I'm the only one that's looking at it. And then we're gonna just do a off-white, just like an undershirt that he had on, because, you know, they're burying him. They shouldn't have even buried him with his sword in his armor, you know, that could go to somebody else, but he, yeah, it is what it is. And I'm just using like straight markers right now, like paint markers, but still. These markers get so messed up, like the tips of them just get so chewed up. Also, I bought some paint markers. Now, I'm not gonna say they're not expensive, right? But still, they like, so many of them, the good end, that pointier end, will just be, you know, dry, doesn't work, whatever. It's a real pain in the ass, but. All right, let's do this guy's bone face. Now we're gonna get serious about this, but just for a moment. Let's see, waist knot. I only need it for his arms and his face. So we're gonna get a little bit of this white involved here. Don't need a lot of it, that's for sure. And we're not gonna do straight white bone, because that's not reality. Gonna get a little bit of this brown involved. But again, just the cusp. See? And I got too much brown on it. Not good. Not terrible, but not good. See that? Looks a little better on the screen, but it's a little too dark, and it's gonna dry a little darker, so let's See if I can just go. I was hoping to scoop some more of that, get more of that white in there, but we'll make do with what we got here. Just lighten it up a little bit, buddy, friend of mine. Gosh, it's negligible difference. All right, let's first of all get this nasty, chewy, rubbery garbage. Oh, okay. It make me do the whole thing? That's fine. I don't even care. I'll do it. I'll do it for the vine. I just don't. The problem is like sometimes like don't even worry about it. Just squirt the stuff right past it. It's not like it's blocked, and it's not. But wow, what are the chances? Would you get off? Stick it. Stick it. The problem is that sometimes when the when you hit those little chunks of dry stuff in the end of the paint, it'll come out in the on your little thing, and then suddenly you're like either trying to melt it down with extra water that you have, or hello, or you're just like it just is suddenly you don't realize that it's there, and it gets on your model or whatever you're doing. It's just stupid. See, there's like a little chunk in there, but that's okay. This is pretty bone. That's pretty bonerific. Well, that's not the word I meant to say. I think just bone is fine, because this guy was a hero. We don't need to make him like grotesque and green. It's almost skin colored. It's not great. Maybe we'll hit it with a little something. This guy's little goofy little face getting painted on. Paint the cranium. What I like is then his like eyes pop out. It's good stuff. Anyway, get under his chin. I apologize if I'm like ever off screen or off to the right. I need to draw something on this cardstock underneath here, this poster board, so that I can see like, hey, this is where you can see it. How's that? Let's see. A little better. I don't know. It's something. Let's get his other arm. Boop, 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 boo, boo. Get in there. Get in that little crevice. Make sure this side is done. I mean, he looks like a little bone boy, that's for sure. Little bone gentleman. Get under his chin is like a real... Get under there, little idiot. Trying to get the paint out of his eye so that looks a little better. I mean, he's fine. He's fine. Whatever. Boosh. Clean the brush. Alright. The sword. Let's see here. Let me just pick him up. Just kind of bam. Yeah, he's not a perfect model, but he's here. Now, I have a brown marker that pretty much completely is dried up, and it sucks. but I might be able to get the handle out of him. Get the handle of this guy. See, boy, howdy, it's dry. My goodness gracious. What's nice about the dry one is even if you brush up against another part of the model, it's just like, nothing came off on it, so you're fine. And now since I'm cheating this whole time and I'm just using paint markers at the moment, I get my silver paint marker, because why not? Came this far. No. Future's so bright, gotta wear shades. Boop, 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 boop. Ba-da-da. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And here's your little undead gentleman, you know? He's something. I don't know. He's here. Let's see if, wonder, hey, excuse me. Now, I used a little bit of that bone stuff on here. I wonder if I can revitalize it with a little bit of water and get some of this dry stuff up. You know, come up for me, big friend? Good friend? Best friend? Revitalize yourself. Come back to me. No? No? Okay. Well, let's actually use... I got some washes here too, so... let's just do one of these. And literally, we're just gonna dip. Because we do not need a lot. Dip. Squirt. Whoa, maybe too much. Now his face is looking undead. Definitely the arms. The arms are like too bright. I mean, the whole body should probably get like a little wash, but over here, maybe. So now he's starting to. Oh, he's getting there, friendo. I do see a little spot where I nicked his armor. Don't want that. There we go. What a real handsome gentleman. In fact, let's just do like a little bit more. You can kind of see the gray coming through from the model. Boop, boop, boop. Just want to brighten his day up. More of that chocolate. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. That was too much. And now I'm paying the price for it. Bam. All right. It's a dead man. What was that? That goes there. Clean this off. Alright, so we got this sarcophagi. And then, what goes in a sarcophagus? I mean, obviously a dead body, but like, what? You know, you can't just throw them in there. It's got to be on some stuff. Let's go, let's check our supplies. Where are they? Here. You're good, Amber. Don't worry about it. Where did they go? There it is. Yeah, they're in here. Golly gee willikers. bunch of sands and dirts and grasses and whatnots. That was good. That's not good. It's just dirt. Let's use soot, basically. Alright, I got some gravel here. I cooked this gravel so that it isn't garbage. I'm wondering if I should even put this in at the moment, because then I'm going to have to keep an eye on this guy. He's not ready to be placed yet. Well, I could try the old glue technique. Put a little glue in there. Yeah, we like this idea. Do I have any glue that's not like super glue? We do. Boy howdy, do we ever. I'm not even gonna, you know? I'm just gonna, boop, boop. That's good enough for me. Good enough for you. And I'm not gonna get a brush all gluey, because that would be insane. We're just gonna smear that around in there, as I am wont to do. Try to get it in the, get it kind of spread out there. Oh, it's picking up the color there. Throw that in the trash. Hello. I need like a little spoon. Do I have a little something that I can, I mean, this is ridiculous. No, I can't use this. Can I? This little rubber, no, that simply won't do. What about a nice palette knife? Is that something? Does that sound good? Just kind of shake that around in there. We got a little glue on the wall. That's okay. Happens to the best of us. Shake out any excess. And throw this little nasty boy right in there. Boop. You gotta be kidding me. Flip over, don't get glue on you, don't get sand on you. Come on. God, you embarrassed me for the last time. Alright. Let's put this guy to bed. Oh, maybe this way is better. Do it like this. Boom. Casketized. Good little casket boy. Got him in there nice and tight. Now I'm going to have to find a place for this to go that it won't fall over and knock him out and little grains of sand go everywhere. But they're glued down, so it's not really that big of a deal for anybody, including me. Alright, this guy's done. We did him. The boy is finished. We'll do like that. Bam. There. That's one. Here's the thing. I want to do something. What else? What I can do is I can show. So I've been doing a lot of gentlemen lately, a lot of guys. A whole slew of things. Can't really see all of them. One of them's this horse guy here. He looks okay. I haven't really done like a full wash of him, and I feel like the horse color, although the black is cool and shiny like a horse mane or a horse hide, whatever. This guy's pretty neat. I like him, but you can't see his face. Like it's the printing, you know. It's not that great. These guys I really like. They're just like ready to roll. And then I have just a bunch of like captains and who's he what's it gentleman, ready to go, ready to fight for the Imperium. Just a slew of these gentlemen. Some of them I like built from different parts. Like these guys have the same body, just like different arms. This guy's clearly like somebody up in the snow region. But they're cool. They're commanders as opposed to all these grunts. And then everybody over here, little gas mask gentlemen, which these guys aren't finished. I didn't finish doing all their shit. That guy's done. Boom. Although I didn't do his shovel. My goodness gracious. And some of these guys broke apart, and I was like, had them ready to paint, whatever, yada, yada, yada. This guy did a pretty good. He should probably go over with my other guys. He's kind of a fancy fat man. But I like him. I like him all the same. Are there any more generals here that needed... I mean, this guy's basically... He's a captain for show. But I think I have another gentleman that I did, and we can do him, add him to our captain's log. Where's he at? Here he is. A real mensch. Oh, I got 3 of them. Got 3 little guys, gas mask boys. Where's the other one? Yeah, baby. And you can tell this guy's like a little bit bigger, and he's all crunchy and shit. Like, these guys came out really good. But, yeah. Let's do it. This gun's kind of messed up. These guns kind of limp noodle in it. Alright, getting down? You hot? Sorry, my dog's hot. Just gonna give his gun just a touch of generosity. If you're hot, why didn't you tell me, Bubba? Oh, you know what? Screw these gas mask captains. I'm not doing them right now. You know what I'm gonna do? Oh, and I just screwed that up. I made some wild sandbags. Like, these are sandbag things here. Some more, like some blockades. Bam. Boom. We're gonna give these a wash down. Got some land there and like some junk. I think it's time we gave these guys a wash. So let's take our salute him off. Let's start messing around with this stuff. Oh shit. Put that there. Let's start with these sandbags, because, you know, because I said so. Oh, and I do want to, gosh, I do want to bring out the horses. Excuse me, miss. Maybe we'll start with the trees, because these guys just need a wash. And I did also create this little kind of soul turbine. You can see like the skull faces in there. It's basically some sort of soul turbine. I don't know what to call it. Who cares? Anyway, we're gonna do these trees because it's fun, and then we get to put the branches on top. So let's get our other guy over here as our example. I'm not the best at this. I'm learning how to use the little lycanthrope stuff, but this is my first tree, as you can see. So that's pretty neat. I like that a lot. It's crazy how good it kind of just becomes a tree. I do dig that. Let's turn this a little bit like that, so we can get. Can I zoom them out a little bit? Like pull them back further? I don't even know. Maybe this guy goes over here. I don't know. I just want to keep him in here as like a little reminder of where we're headed. So we got 2 trees here, ready for painting. Now this rock. These rocks, I just used the gray marker, the darker gray marker, and put it over top of them. I didn't prime it or anything. I just kind of did what I did. This rock, I wanted to match, so do I have a gray? Guess I am. Let's see. That's silver, that one too. Let's see if this dark tone, this probably won't work, and I'm probably just gonna have to hit it with the gray, but let's see. Oops. Wrong way. Put that there. Excuse me, thank you. I'm gonna try to use this dark tone, whatever, and if it doesn't work, we can try to make our own wash, or I can just use the gray marker and like tag it up. But we're gonna see how this goes. Excuse me, Mr. Tree. I need more brush. Okay, thank you. Let's see how this goes. Oh boy, howdy. Get some of that on there. Get some of this on here. Don't think it's gonna be enough. It's really making those lines stand out, huh? But it's kind of cool, I don't know. I mean, it is given like a grayish something or other. And I did just do it to the tree roots there like an idiot, but you know. Trying to wash a primer. It's not gray enough. So a straight wash ain't gonna do it. Kind of figured that. You know, you live and you learn. Gotta try stuff. So let's do, see, like it's just not, it's not gray enough. You can really tell that like it's just white with like a wash on it. It's bad, ugly, stupid. Let's go with, excuse me, sir, ma'am. Let's get a little bit of this gray and let's make our own. And then when we hit it with the wash, it's gonna pop like a mug. It's gonna be great. Now these guys, again, use the gray marker, but I don't want to just use the markers, you know? I want to use some like actual gray. And I've never done like stone before, so like I don't even know if I want them to be gray. That's kind of boring, which is why I primed. I like have a whole cliffside thing going on that I primed that I won't even fit here. Like I'm gonna have to do some sort of larger situation. But let's scooty whoop this guy back here. Let's find ourselves a nice little plot of land. Boop. Okay, a little that. And a little this, a little black there. God, why is that one so hard to get open? I might not even need to, I mean, how much black's in the end of this little guy? Not enough, for sure not enough, but yeah, we can, a man can dream. Just helping out a friend. Beep, come on. Come on. Out you go. There you go. Boop. See if I can get the... Bam. Money bags. Let's see here. See if we can... I mean, I wish I could get, like, the marbly look that I get while I'm mixing the paint, but it always ends up just being, like, you know, one or the other. Just becomes a color, one color. But that's what the wash is for, you know? It's to make this guy pop a lock, and I'm going to light him up a little bit so I can get him closer to that. I wish I had a gray speed paint. I feel like this would be the time to do it. Really save me some effort. Also kind of like, do I need a brown? What am I doing with my life? All right, let's see here. Excuse me, other tree. We have another tree here, but we're gonna start with this larger gentleman. If I just move this out of here, what's the light situation then? Let me see. It's not great. Let me see if I can give you guys a little better. Just something so it's not in the way. I have more room to, yeah, that's, I mean, it's something, whatever. Let's get this gray on here though. Right over the wash. Who cares? And I'm doing a real rough go of it. Because I don't really, it's all good. Oh, there's the root, and I hit it with the gray again. God, I'm not even paying attention to what I'm doing. So I think the root, one root's right over there, another one's over there. Whatever. We'll figure it out. It'll all come out in the wash. You can see I'm like not really being too, you know, particular about this because it's a rock. You know, rocks need a natural look. They're not a perfect one color or anything like that. You gotta, whatever. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I should have primed it in black. That would have been a better idea. I'm new to this, so I'm just really trying to get my footing here. Mama's not the law. I'm the law. It's really, it almost has like a little brownish texture, or at least that's what I'm getting in the light over here, which is just nice. I'm liking that. Get a little bit of this in there, a little bit of that in there. Real rough look. Just gonna mix a little more over here. Hey, I got tree roots coming all over here, so I just want to do my best to not get all over the tree so that I don't have to worry about the painting and then immediately hit the root like a dipshit. God, I'll screw up today. Yeah. Just getting this nasty, dirty rock. That's a rock, right? Yeah, that's not a tree. I need to make more of this gray. Whoa. God, please say I have enough gray in there, because I accidentally grabbed a lot of black. Wow, that's seems too dark. What if I just scoop what's left of this white and kind of get it in there? Yeah, it worked all right. I'll be fine. It's a rock. It doesn't matter. Nobody cares. Except me. I care very much, but that's my problem. It's my cross to bear. I don't like the phrase perfectionism, but I'm finding more and more that it's not exactly having it be perfect. It's like, oh, this one little thing's kind of messed up. I'm gonna reapproach this or whatever. But I don't see that as a bad thing. I see it more as like, unless it stops you from ever completing a task, I see it just as like trying to do things right. But it's got to be controlled. If you're constantly redoing things because it wasn't perfect, then that's probably an issue. Like I said, like if you're not completing things because it's not, you know, exactly the way either you wanted it or you think it should be or whatever, that can be an issue. But just getting things right or close to what you want it to be is fine. Just as long as it's not every single time and like you can't even make coffee because this or that happened and whatever. I don't know if that's probably a bad example, but like that's a rock moan frere. I need a little bit more gray over on this side, friendo, because it looks a little light. That's probably because I put that wash on the other side like a dull boy, but I wanted to see what it looked like, and it was my first time using the speed paints and all that stuff, so I'm like testing out. First time priming any of these models with spray paint, where I was like, oh, let's see what the priming does. Now that rock compared to these rocks, and these ones, they just look not as good. It's just simple. It's plain and simple. They're just not as good. Get that little spot right there. Now if I hit this with the wash, it's party time. But first, let's get this tree trunk. I don't know if this is the way to do it either, where like, say you're painting different parts of a model and you're going to be using different washes for the different parts. I don't know what's better, to paint all of it or like paint a section, wash it, and then go to the next section. I feel like paint all of it, then pick your different washes for each different color that you're going to use. I don't know for sure, but also, here we go. Also, I've been trying not to waste all my one brown color. I have this brown that's great. It's a great brown, but I've been using it. It's like crazy. And then I have this other brown that is, it's called brown oxide, and it comes out a little like chunky. I don't know if that's getting picked up, but it's like grainy. Not grainy. I don't know, dude. It's got like little bits in it. I don't like it. It's no good. But we're gonna fix that right up. We're gonna get a nice fresher brown. The black really cuts into it real nicely. I need almost like, not a yellow, maybe like a little orange, just like a smidgen, just a smidge full of orange. Hope this medicine go down. Bam. See, that gives me like a little bit of a brighter brown. And then I'm just gonna throw some black in it just to screw it all up, but it at least brightens it up a little bit. And that's what we like to see here at the factory. Yeah, like you can tell, like that is a different color than the color I was just making earlier. With just this brown and the black. Abso-fruitly it is. Alright. Now it's not going to be the same brown as this tree, but that's okay, because guess what? Trees aren't all the same color brown. Don't let anybody tell you different. Alright, let's see if we can get this root. This root is like, oh yeah, that's coming out smooth. It's kind of hard to tell where the root ends and where the rock begins, but it's fine. We will get there, or we won't. And then guess what? The washes, they're gonna fix that all up. They'll fix all these problems. That perfect line. Bam. Now this I found with trees, and I have a lot of trees to paint. I found this with the trees, these ones especially with the branches, making sure you hit every spot and didn't miss any of it, especially when it's not white. I don't know how it's going to be when it's white. I'm assuming a little bit easier to spot, but like when you're looking through all these spots, like you can even see spots I just didn't even hit underneath this tree with the primer. So, you know, whoops-a-daisy. But it's just, it's difficult. Because you're like, oh, I got all of it, and then you turn the model a certain way, and you're like, oh no, I completely missed this entire underside, and I'm an idiot. Maybe not an idiot, but. And when you do that a few times, you start being like, God, this model never ends. I've been painting this model for 100 years. I think maybe there's a trick to it where you just like start from looking underneath it or something from one angle. And everything you can see, you paint. And then you come at it from another angle, my friend. But we're gonna start from underneath. Get all this. We're gonna get the trunk all the way around. That's easy. That's an easy one. It's the stupid branches. God help them, are everywhere. So we're gonna go from the underneath look. See if we can get some progress going here. See, I'm just slathering it. I don't give a baker's fuck. Okay. Get in between. All right. Now, maybe that is the way to do it. Hold it like this and go down, and then just go around it. Now, my beautiful brown is disappearing by the second. That orange it didn't hold up long enough, but let's see if we can at least finish this tree off. This brown's a little different, but we're gonna, by golly, we'll get there. Da-da. Just the main tree trunks here. This white, it was a mistake, and I should have waited until I bought the black stuff, the black primer, and then use that, because trees don't have white underneath them. They probably have a darker color. Definitely not white. Even the gray itself, without any primer, would probably be a better choice. But here we are. You know, you can't change the past. So I took it outside and spray painted it with black, which I don't have still. So we're gonna do what we do when we do it. I'm running out of this brown paint. I may have to just make more. I just need, man. Did a bad job. Usually I'm pretty good at making a color that and making enough of it for at least one model, but I didn't realize how much tree was here. This doesn't look great, but I promise it's gonna look better. And it looks a lot brighter on the screen. It's gonna be, you'll get it, you'll see. Let's bring some orange out here. Let's rip this off. God, I hate every time, dude. You think they'd make a paint container or paint thing that doesn't get it all gooey and nasty. That's what she said. Let's see here. Oh, paper towel, please. I'll have to get that out of there. Just gonna buy Joe. Come on, just like a little Burkina orange. God, just a little bit. Come on. Fine. So now I can just like rip this orange right out of the nozzle. Just mix it in there. Just gonna yoink. Can I have more of that? Yoink. Yeah, see, it's already looking... Once I add the black to that, it's gonna really come together. Right. Orange, go back to where you came from. Just gonna yoink. We're just gonna skirp. And it's not gonna be the same. If we can just get it pretty close, that works for me. Do, 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 do. I think it needs to be a little darker, but there we go. There we go. Now we're getting there. Oops. There's a little extra black on the back of my brush. That's why you don't use your brush to mix it. Dum-dum. All right. Bam, bam, bam. See, this second coat of brown is gonna be where the money's at. You know what I'm saying? See, there's all these little branches where I'm seeing white come up, and it's just the worst, man. And it doesn't help that, like, I ran out of paint, so, like, I didn't hit all the spots, but the white does stand out pretty good. You know, I'm seeing where it needs more paint. That's for sure. The gray's kind of hard to tell, to be honest, when I don't put a primer on it. It's just gray. It's a little difficult to decipher. Now, oh, it's just wiping it right off. Idiot child. Would you stop? Oh my god. Okay, whatever. I'll come back to it later. Jeez Louise. It's because my paint's too dry? Just maybe. May and be. Bam. 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 See, I'm missing the tips here. Trying to make sure. I mean, honestly, these branches, they don't matter as much. Just like everywhere you can see, because as you can see behind this thing, that tree that's already made, you don't see up here. You don't see this spot. Just gotta hit the spots where it'll matter. The roots. Pew, 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 pew. Right? Get the roots in there. God, this is just the worst. Alright. I don't know if the whites never seems to be a good idea. Unless you need highlights underneath your model. Cause like, I wasn't sure. Like, I'm aware of those things. I just like don't know what's the right choice at the right time yet. Haven't really gotten completely enamored in that part. Alright. The rock's gray. The tree is brown. And now clean this dirty little brush off. Where you going, Ams? What do you need? You want to give me a second while I do this? Alright, I'm gonna go let the little puppy do her thing in the world. I'll be back. Finish this guy. Where's my... You wanna go out? You wanna go outside? No? Okay, never mind. Alright. I'm back. I never left. I do want to hit. Just like... I'm going to get... There's rock that needs some friendship. Definitely next time we're gonna do a black primer for the rock because I'm pretty sure it needs it. We're just getting the edges here because we, well, to be frank, we missed him. It's no good. I should have done one of these with, I should have just printed 3 of these and done one with the black primer, one with the white primer, one with the gray primer, and then just done like a little video to teach myself, but also others, which goes with which. Like, you got a rock. I mean, if this was a snowy mountain rock, we're going the right direction, but that's not what it is. It just simply is not. Let me just get this guy in here. Come on. Gentle. Gentle. Just so gentle with it. And then just kind of get it in there. That's what she said. Okay. Clean the brush off. Boom. Put her down. We're going to get a bigger brush this time. We're going to go a little wider. Use this guy. We're going to do this wash, and we're going to do it right. It's going to be great. Everybody's going to clap. Everybody in the chat's going to be happy, including me. Here's my dart. Come on, buddy. Gonna just put a whole globby glue on there. Soak that up. Close this. Pull this guy into shot. Let's see what it looks like. I mean, it's dark. It's getting in those crevices for sure. Sometimes you can't even tell until it's like done and like dried a little bit, but we're gonna find out. Apparently with the washes, you should just be real liberal with it and just like smear it all over there. Let it soak, let it get in all those crackies. Crack boys, crack gentlemen. I'm gonna have to figure, I might have to make my own wash for the larger cliff, because I'm gonna blow through this entire thing of wash if I'm not being careful. Whoa. Whoa, whoa. Thank you. Do this for a second. Get this guy up in the corner. I really want to get it in there. That's key. We want that to be dark crevice. Looks almost... I do love doing the washes though, because they really, I mean, you're looking at something and you're like, yeah, it's a whatever. And it's one of those, a wash is one of those things where you do it and then suddenly it can take your, whatever you're doing and just bring it to the next level where you go, oh wow, okay, didn't realize that it needed that, but it absolutely did. And that this is what separates the kids from the adults. Ba, 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 ba. It's looking like a rock. Okay. Get in there. This guy didn't get hit, but he's looking a little worse for wear. Did I hit this side here? It doesn't look like it. Alright. That's starting to look like a rock to me. Man, I love the washes. Good Lord almighty. Amber, what do you need? Do you need to go outside? Is that what you need from me? What do you need from me? So, you want to go out? You got itches? Let me see. Maybe your ear? Your ear? Let me see. That's good. Again. Again. I'm going to use paper towel. Thanks everybody for watching. I'm going to go take care of this goofball. Finish these trees up a little later, but I mean the wash came out pretty good, I think. It's looking like a rock. And once I brown wash the tree, it's going to be party time, so thank you.